Hi, welcome to the first update about building a Onewheel. Today I'll be showing you currently what stage I am at in my Onewheel building. I have finally received my hoverboard that I'll be using the electronics in to build. Currently, the hoverboard is in broken part condition. The parts I'll be using in the hoverboard for my DIY Onewheel from hoverboard to Onewheel are the motors and the wheels, and the gyro sensors, power button, and charging port. I didn't have the motor controller, so in this project I am experimenting by trying to make this Onewheel from a hoverboard without the motor controller. I'm trying to do this because I've already taken it apart, so I can't really return it now. I really want to try to make this work without having to raise more money and using the money that I've already made from the GoFundMe.
So you want both of these boards then put together over here in front of it?
I don't care how it does, as long as they're put together and they do the same thing when they move.
Yep.
Like, I was thinking maybe take these clippets I have, just like putting them on, just going snap, and then boop, 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 boop. So.
Okay. I think that would work well. So then, what do you need from me? What are you looking for from me right now?
Well, you're really the only one that knows that is close to me. By close I mean closer as in like it's easier to get to, that can help me with like using the electronics and stuff.
So it sounds like we're not quite at the point where we need the electronics. We still need to build the fixture that we want.
Yeah, and also, but I think that right now I would like at least if these could be soldered on or somehow put back together.
Yep, we'll get that guy fixed. We'll go ahead and do that now, and then I'll show you how we can splice wires. And then you'll I don't know if you'll have the equipment at home to do that, or if I'll need to bring equipment.
We don't have any wire cutters,
okay.
Like as in electrical wire cutters. We do have like wire cutters.
Sure. But no wire strippers.
I don't think we do.
Okay, so let's take a look over at the soldering station. Grab one.
Yeah. Somebody probably just came.
Go grab that. I'll grab I'll get that for you. Hold on. I'll get that for you.
Actually, you can do that with kids.
Plug that.
Well, like say you did that.
And then what should I put the
You just grid it. The pieces.
Like what should I put the temp at?
It's like an abstract little, because you're like, and then each person does their own little section, and then put them together.
What should I put the temperature at? So right now it's temp at the minimum.
So we don't necessarily need the minimum. Oh, good. It's digital. So we can start.
I'm just saying it's not the big.
200 degrees. I usually set mine to 360.
Okay.
Yeah, this is just drawing paper.
There.
And that's good. Now, what kind of tip do we have on there? All right. So it's a nice thick conical tip. So when you put solder on an iron,
It doesn't take
and it sits there, it oxidizes, and that's not good because that prevents the additional solder from melting or transferring the heat as effectively as we want. So that's what this is down here. This helps remove any of the oxidants. So now that we're at 360, it should melt. Oh boy, see how dark that tip is?
Yeah.
That should be melting real easy.
Maybe it's 12 by 18.
I think it was 12 by 18.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're right. That was 18.
It's on.
Yeah,
Really
it was,
big.
and they were all on top of one.
Yeah, it was 12 by 18.
Smells like it's melty.
Let me go find let's take a look at a couple of these. We'll show you what we want to look for in the soldering iron.
Okay.